Good evening. Welcome back to the Chiller Theater known as Hellhound's late night spook show, creature feature, Shagathon, Scarorama, in Screamo Vision, here in the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and before we get to tonight's movie, let's go ahead and look at some recent purchases that I've obtained in the past few days. So hold your popcorn, and let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so the only comic book I got since the last video I made showing off some comic books is a Spectacular Spider-Man 199, guest starring the X-Men, the original X-Men, and the Harry Osborn Green Goblin. This is a comic book I bought when it first came out. It was brand new back in 1993, and I back then I kept all my comics under the bed in a box, and I didn't take very good care of them, so I got all torn up. I still have the original, the one that I bought, and the cover's detached and the pages are all torn up, so I got a new one because what the hell, I thought it'd be cool. I have all the ones leading up to it and all the ones after it, well, a bunch of them anyway, so I figured it'd be cool to have. So yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man 199, only comic book I got since my last video. And speaking of comic books, I also got Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. I already got Part 1, and Part 3 is coming out very soon. I like the Tomorrowverse okay, when it comes to the DC animated movies. But these could have been a little better. They're a little boring, and they don't follow the comic stories as close as I'd like them to. But it's still cool to have, and I'm looking forward to Part 3. Hopefully that's better than the first two. But they're not bad, they're not bad. So yeah, happy to have it. Now let's get to the really good stuff. The rest of the video is all horror related, I promise. Mostly Blu-rays. A bunch of Blu-rays and one DVD. So yeah. Finally got Basket Case on Blu-ray. This is one of my favorite movies. It's the Arrow video version. It's got the reversible cover with the original VHS artwork, the original poster. Yeah, the tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad. Oh yeah, good old Belial. Belial Bradley. Yeah, I love Basket Case. Very happy to have this Arrow video version. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the special features yet, but I plan to very soon. Yeah, really happy to finally have this in my collection. Basket Case. Next we have Trilogy of Terror 1 and 2. I'd prefer for this to have the original VHS artwork with the Zuni fetish doll on the cover, but at least he's on the cover of Part 2. Yeah, there he is. Good old Zuni fetish doll. Really creepy horror villain. Both of these are anthologies with each of 3 stories, obviously, being a trilogy. And both are directed by Dan Curtis. Yeah, pretty cool. And Karen Black stars in all 3 segments of this one, and Lisette Anthony stars in all 3 segments of this one. Yeah, Trilogy of Terror 1 and 2. Glad to finally have these. I had the first one on VHS years ago, but you know how that goes. Now I got them on Blu-ray. Oh yeah, Trilogy of Terror. Good stuff. I definitely recommend them. Especially for the stories featuring the Zuni fetish doll. It's a really creepy little guy. And now into the really, really good stuff. I finally got the Coffin Joe box set, Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe, featuring At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, The Strange World of Coffin Joe, The Awakening of the Beast, The End of Man, Where the Gods Fall Asleep, Strange Hostel of Naked Pleasures, Hellish Flesh, Hallucinations of a Deranged Mind, and Embodiment of Evil. And of course the documentary, The Strange World of Jose Mojica Marins. Yeah, Jose Mojica Marins starred and directed in all these movies, and he's also known as Coffin Joe, and he actually passed away not too long ago. I made a tribute video when that happened. But yeah, let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. Now I should warn you, if you get this box set, they're Brazilian. These movies are Brazilian, and they're on the Portuguese language with English subtitles. However, Awakening of the Beast, there's a flaw where the English subtitles go out abruptly at like about the 30-minute mark, I believe, somewhere around there. And there's no way of getting it back on. I hear that there's a way to contact Arrow Video and get a replacement disc, but I haven't done that yet. It sounds like a long, tedious, cumbersome process, so I might just say screw it, and I'll just have to learn Portuguese, I guess. So, but yeah, anyway, let's open it up and take a look. Yeah, it contains all those movies. Oh yeah, isn't At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul and This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse? I thought those are the coolest titles for a horror movie ever. Yeah. So, it comes with a booklet Yeah, Coffin Joe Against the World. Pretty cool. Tells all about the movies. Yeah, the Coffin Joe character is really, really interesting. Very sadistic, very cruel, very, very evil man. He denounces all religion and does really, really wicked, sinister things. Yeah, so it comes with a booklet. I believe it comes with a poster too. Yeah, it comes with a poster. Which I'm not going to unfold the whole thing, but yeah, just so you know, it comes with a poster. And it comes with 6 discs. Yeah, this is the original that started all. At Midnight, I'll Take Your Soul, which, yeah, there's 6 discs, but pretty much each disc contains 2 different movies. This contains At Midnight, I'll Take Your Soul and The Strange World of Jose Mujica Marin's, a.k.a. Coffin Joe. Yeah, there's all kinds of bonus stuff. There's, stuff like this funeral card. Yeah, he's an undertaker. That's what he does for a living. Yeah, there's all kinds of like little miniature posters and artwork and stuff. I'm not gonna show you all of it because I'll be here all day. But yeah, basically it's a reversible cover. Then there's The Strange World of Jose Mujica Marin's documentary artwork. And next we have This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse. Also containing The Strange World of Coffin Joe, which is an anthology hosted by Coffin Joe. He's not in all these movies, but it's all Jose Mujica Marin's. But the Coffin Joe character isn't in all of them. There's mainly the trilogy with At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, and Embodiment of Evil, which came out in 2008. That was the final one in the trilogy. But he does make appearances in some of these other movies. Yeah. There's that one. And there's Awakening of the Beast, which, like I said, has the subtitle issue. And the disc also contains The End of Man with a reversible cover with the End of Man artwork. I'm really happy to have this set. I highly recommend it, by the way. Strange Hostel of Naked Pleasures, which the disc also contains When the Gods Fall Asleep, which was the sequel to End of Man, where Jose Mujica Marin plays a more benevolent character. It was polar opposite from Coffin Joe. He's like a divine healer, like a prophet. Yeah, like I said, they all have reversible covers to whatever the other movie is that this contains. Yeah, this one's Strange Hostel, Naked Pleasures, and When the Gods Fall Asleep. Alright, then there's Hellish Flesh and Hallucinations of a Deranged Mind. That's a pretty interesting one. Hellish Flesh had a pretty cool twist at the end, which I liked, yeah. Both of those are on the same disc. I guess they did that to save space instead of there being, 10 or 11 discs or whatever. Just did that to save space. Pretty cool. And finally, Embodiment of Evil, which has its on its own disc. It doesn't share the disc with anything, but it does have a really cool reversible artwork. Yeah, the final Coffin Joe film. Jose Mujica Marin's Swan Song. Pretty cool. Oh, yeah. And that's it for the Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe box sets. Yep, highly recommended. Brazilian horror. Started all the way in 1964, I believe. That's it for that. Next, I bought a bunch of Paul Naschy movies. He's basically the Spanish version of Lon Chaney, and Lon Chaney Jr. for that matter. His most recurring role is that of Waldemar Daninsky from the El Hombre Lobo series, the Spanish Wolfman, essentially. Yeah, Waldemar Daninsky is the Spanish Wolfman. Yeah, the El Hombre Lobo series. The first film in the El Hombre Lobo series is Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, which is the American title, even though it has nothing to do with Frankenstein or his Bloody Terror. But yeah, basically, Paul Naschy stars as Waldemar Daninsky. He gets bit by another evil werewolf, and tries to seek a cure for his lycanthropy, and he's enlists the help of two doctors who turn out to be vampires who have their own sinister plans for the werewolf, or actually both of the werewolves. They bring back to life the other one and make them fight. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, it came out in 1968, I believe. Yeah, it's in color. Unfortunately, it's not the original uncut Spanish version. It is the Americanized version. It's dubbed. It doesn't have subtitles. It doesn't have the Spanish language. It's dubbed in English, and it cuts out a few things and adds this weird intro that makes things more confusing. Like I said, it has nothing to do with Frankenstein. He doesn't appear, or he isn't even mentioned in any way, shape, or form in the movie. It's still a pretty fun flick. Yeah, Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, where it started, the one that started it all with the El Hombre Lobo, Waldemar Daninsky series. I'm going to get through the rest of these kind of quickly. There's also Assignment Terror. This is also part of the El Hombre Lobo series. Yeah, basically it's the aliens that resurrect Waldemar Daninsky, the Spanish Wolfman, and as well as the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, and a mummy. Yeah, pretty cool. This was released as Dracula versus Frankenstein in the U.S. A while back. Not that Dracula versus Frankenstein. Not that one, but a different one. Yeah. When will they learn? There's also the Werewolf versus Vampire Woman. Werewolf versus Vampire Woman. Fury of the Wolfman. Yeah, I'm a huge Paul Naschy fan, especially now. I'm loving watching all these movies. I think tonight's movie is going to be Assignment Terror, so I'm going to pop some popcorn and pop that in, turn on the lights out, and that's going to be tonight's movie. Tonight's ghastly grimoire of the macabre. There's Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. This is actually a 4K Blu-ray, but it contains the original Blu-ray as well. I still don't have a 4K player, so luckily this contains the Blu-ray disc also, so I will be able to watch it. Oh, yeah. Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. There's Count Dracula's Great Love. Yeah, like I said, he was like the Spanish Lon Chaney Lon Chaney Jr. rather, because he played a werewolf, he played a Dracula, he played the Frankenstein monster, he played the Mummy, he played he played multiple serial killers. Yeah, Count Dracula's Great Love, which he plays Dracula. Yeah, I highly recommend getting into the Paul Naschy series, because if you love the Universal monsters, you know, the Universal classic monsters, and Hammer horror, I'd say the Paul Naschy movies are the next step, for sure. And there's the Mummy's Revenge. These are not part of the, these aren't part of the El Hombre Lobo series, by the way. They don't have anything to do with Waldemar Daninsky. But they do have Paul Naschy, like I said. Yeah, the Mummy's Revenge, where he plays Amenhotep. Oh, yeah. And there's the Paul Naschy Collection, Volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1 contains Horror Rises from the Tomb, Vengeance of the Zombies, Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll, Human Beasts, and Night of the Werewolf, which is part of the El Hombre Lobo series with Waldemar Daninsky. Yep. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 contains Hunchback of the Morgue, A Dragonfly for Each Corpse, The Devil's Possessed, Exorcism, and The Werewolf and the Yeti, which is also part of the El Hombre Lobo series with Waldemar Daninsky. And these come with booklets as well. Both of them do. Yeah, very cool. Like a box of chocolates for horror fans. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys, that's pretty much it. Here's the comic and, you know, the DVD, several Blu-rays. I think that's about it. As always, let me know if you got anything cool in the comments below. I think you're watching my late night spook show here on the Horror and Metal channel. Time to pop some popcorn and get to tonight's movie, Assignment Terror. So, see you next time. Later.